We, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. I'm going to do a few videos about failed consoles, Now, um, um, I'm going to give my opinions and about these failed consoles, and now I don't have them all, but the ones that I do own, will do first, and we'll go over them and I'll give my opinion, But at the end of the day, it's all about opinion, Some people are going to love these consoles, others are going to hate them, but I'm going to give my opinion on these failed consoles, Now, like, so I'm going to start off with the Atari Jaguar, right? So there's a lot to go over, so it might take a few parts, So the Atari Jaguar, right, came out in 1993. Now, we don't know we don't know all the facts or all the information on these consoles. I know a fair bit, but the stuff I don't know, So if you want to get detailed information about these consoles, you can go to Wikipedia, or you can someone else out there will have a video that will have more in-depth um detail on these consoles. But I'm gonna go over what I know, what my opinions are of these failed consoles. So it's gonna take a few videos, right? So if I don't get around to it, I apologise. So there is a lot to go over, right? So the first video I'm gonna do is about the Atari Jaguar, right? As you can see, right? Now, the Atari Jaguar, this was Atari's last console. It came out in 1993, and it was pretty much discontinued 1995, 1996, right? It was a huge failure for Atari, and it just didn't do well at all, The Atari Jaguar is a 64-bit interactive multimedia system. Now, when the Atari Jaguar first came out, especially in Ireland, it was very expensive and it was very hard to find. Because the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive were so much more popular, and it was easier to get and cheaper than the Atari Jaguar, especially in Ireland. So, back in the day, trying to find one of these things was really hard, and many people didn't give a shit, because they were happy with the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. But, I'm a big Atari fan, so we knew somewhere in Ireland we'd get an Atari Jaguar, and it took a long time, believe me, But I persevered because I wanted to get one, Now, before I got it, my friends were telling me, don't get the Atari Jaguar. You won't like it. And now they knew I love Atari, but they said to me, don't get it. It's a waste of money. It's a failure, because third party developers didn't want to make games for it, because Atari had a tarnished name, and the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo were easier to make games for. It was a sure thing, That's why developers made games for them systems, So they wouldn't invest with the Jaguar because of their history, like I said, So but the Atari Jaguar, even though it's a failed system, I love it. It has some good games on it. It has very you has very unique games that you can't get anywhere else. But the Atari Jaguar, it didn't have anything spectacular. It didn't have a game that was fucking amazing. Most of the games are mediocre or poor, and there's a few good ones, in my opinion. So it didn't have any of the sort of blockbuster hits that the Atari 2600 had. Now, if the Jaguar had, it probably would have done a lot better, but it just didn't have it, We was hoping that Centipede, a new version of Centipede, would come out for this, or Missile Command, or Asteroids, all the classic Atari games, but that didn't happen. Now, if these games did come out for the Atari Jaguar, please let me know. But as far as I know, back in the day, we couldn't find these games, and that's the one thing that disappointed me straight away. The fact that I couldn't get Centipede, I couldn't get Missile Command, or Asteroids, or any of the classic Atari games, you know. But like I said, I might be mistaken, but as far as I know, them games never came out, and if they did come out, I would have bought them, you know what I mean? Because like I said, especially in the world, I went down my way to find this thing, you know, because I wanted it, you know. So, yeah, that's the problem. The Atari Jaguar just didn't have anything spectacular, you know, when it came to games, you know, and that's the thing, you know, you had to have awesome games, and the Atari Jaguar just didn't have it. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Now, again, if I'm mistaken, I apologise, but they're my opinions, and they're the things that I know, you know, about the Atari Jaguar. It was very hard to make games for the Atari Jaguar. It was easier to make games for the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. So that was another problem the Atari Jaguar had. It was just too complicated to make games for. And like I said, developers didn't bother, you know, and there weren't that many third-party developers anyway to give a damn. So all this was going against the Jaguar, plus Atari's history with the 7800, the Atari Lynx, the Atari 5200, all these things, you know, E.T., Pac-Man, you know. But I still loved it regardless, because I was an Atari fan, I still am. I support Atari now through the good times and the bad times. So that's me, you know. A lot of my friends gave up on Atari after the 2600 went away, but I stuck around because I love Atari, you know. But a lot of my friends didn't give a shit anymore. We stuck around, you know. So the Atari Jaguar, it's a shame that it was a failure. I was hoping it would be a success, but it wasn't, and just didn't do well at all. It's a cartridge-based console, as you can see, and the main problem also, it says 64-bit. Now the games certainly don't look 64-bit, because like I said, it was hard to make game. It was hard to get the full power out of the Jaguar because of the way it was made. But Atari had to do something to get people's attention, and it did, but straight away a lot of gamers didn't give a shit, because there was just better games on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive, you know, compared to the Jaguar, so no one gave a shit, like I said, back in the day. It has two controller parts, and the thing is, Atari changed the ends of it, you know. Whereas the only controllers that you can use on this is the Atari Jaguar controller, you know. So they changed things around Atari, you know. I don't know why they did that, you know. So the only controllers you can use is the Atari Jaguar controller, which it's a pretty good controller. But you see what I'm saying to you? Whereas before with the 2600, the 7800, it was the other way around. And Sega Mega Drive control pads and Commodore 64 joysticks could work on the 2600 or the 7800, but Atari changed that. So the only controller you could use is this, you know, or anything that has an end like that, like, you know. So again, I don't know. So Atari changed things for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. There's no dust cover, so dust can build up there fairly easily. So like, I get the feeling this was rushed, and that's just a bit of the circuit bar sticking out. And this is where the AV lead, if you get AV leads, they go there, or a SCART lead. Use an RGB SCART lead. That's the best picture and sound to get out of the Atari Jaguar. But if you're gonna do that, you have to get a HDMI converter, because modern televisions don't have a SCART connection anymore. So you have to get a HDMI converter to SCART lead. So it's just a lot more money to enjoy on a modern television. But if you have an old school television that has a SCART lead or an RF, then you're okay. But in my opinion, if you want the best sound and picture, get an RGB SCART lead, and that's the way the power adapter goes, you know. So it's a shame, like, you know, that it was a failure. But Atari just couldn't compete with the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo, because it just didn't have the games, and third-party developers didn't want to make games for it, like, you know. But it was also going up against the 3DO and other systems, you know. So I don't know. The Philips CDI was also out. It was going up against that. Now, in my opinion, the Atari Jaguar is better than the 3DO and the Philips CDI. But I'll get into them consoles later, right? I'm gonna focus on the Jaguar. Right, so around 1995, right, the Atari Jaguar was dead, right? Wasn't selling and it was just dead, right? No one gave a shit about it, and that's it. But Atari brought out the Atari Jaguar CD, an add-on, right? It was sitting in the cartridge part, and it'd take up this whole area here. So, and it fucking looked like a toilet, like, and that was flimsy and faulty. It didn't work very well, and there wasn't many games made for it. So it's such a shame, like. But that's it. So it could play music CDs and stuff. So it became a multimedia system, But it was too late. The damage had been done, and there was no need to bring out this Atari Jaguar CD. And like I said, it was flimsy. It was very unreliable, and it's very expensive even today to get an Atari Jaguar CD. And the chances of getting a working one is like winning the lottery. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna get a Jaguar CD, even though I love Atari. It's not. I don't have enough money to get one, and my chance of getting a working one anyway is really impossible. And it's only like something like 10 or 15 games. And like I said, like I might be wrong about all that information, but I believe I'm right. So, yeah, I know I'm right with some of the stuff that I've just said, like. But like I said, if you want to get 100% detailed information about the Atari Jaguar or Jaguar CD, go into Wikipedia. We'll be back in 1 second. Right, sorry about that. Right, so yeah, yeah, okay, so yeah, the console, it's a failure, like I said, unfortunately, but I still like it. Like I said, there are a few good games on it, and a few unique games that I can't get anywhere else, So yeah, I'm gonna go over the controller now. Now I'm not gonna show gameplay footage from any of these games. I'm just gonna give my overall opinion. And in my opinion, these games I'm gonna show you, in my opinion, are the games to get if you're thinking of getting an Atari Jaguar for yourselves. Eh? So that's the console. It's just a failure. It's unfortunately, but I can't wait until the Atari VCS comes out, July 2019, and Atari are back, like, So just the controller, like, Now, like I said, Atari changed it to where the only controllers that you can use is a Jaguar controller, Now, I like the Atari Jaguar controller. It's comfortable. It's nice to hold. It has these grooves for your fingers. I like the way it has the Atari logo on it there and the top. Has a pause and option button, A, B, C button, and the buttons are concave, so it's just a big number pad, and this is an overlay for the Game Boy Soldier, And some games came with overlays to show you what each button does, There's so yeah, but really it's unnecessary, But anyway, it's a nice D-pad. The only thing it's missing are shoulder buttons, but apart from that, it's a good controller. I like it, And yep, I can't complain, me personally, about the controller. It does what it has to do, and it's pretty good. A lot of people don't seem to like it, but I think it's nice. I think I like it. That's the controller, Now, there are a lot of accessories for this console, despite it being a failure. There's multi-taps where you can plug in 4 controllers into some 4-player games, but how many people are you gonna get to play? That's the thing. The Jaguar CD, like I said, is another add-on, and yeah, as far as add-ons go, they're the only ones that I'm aware of. So yeah, I'm gonna go on to the games, and I'm gonna, in my opinion, these are the games they get if you're gonna get an Atari Jaguar. Now, Atari Jaguar games are expensive, but it's easy to find them complete in box with manual and all, like, you know. So I'm going to start off with this one, Club Drive, right? This is a 1 or 2 player game, and we got this boxed and complete for about €60. It's a 3D polygonal game with no texture whatsoever, except for the word Club Drive. Made by Atari Corporation, 1994. And this game is just going around collecting power orbs, and you have to collect them in the fastest time possible, you know. It's not terribly exciting. There's 4 stages, you know, and it's fucking very unique, I'll give it that, and it's an exclusive for the Jaguar, but it's just not terribly exciting, in my opinion. But it's a nice relaxing driving game. There's no pressure, there's no objective. You just drive around collecting power orbs as fast as you can. There's only 4 stages, so but it runs well, plays well, but there's no texture in anything, so it's definitely not 64-bit, you know, man, in my opinion. But I'd still recommend it. If you want a stress-free driving game with no objective, then yeah. And the chance to get a second player is like winning the lotto in this game. So yeah, and the characters are mad, these mad handles and stuff, you know. And the thing about the Atari Jaguar is, like, it won't start if there's no game in the cartridge. If you press the power button, nothing happens. And you put the cartridge in, you know, and you press it, and it turns green, and then you have a roar like a Jaguar and a rotating cube with Jaguar, you know, and then Atari comes down like that and goes like that or something, you know. So yeah, so next game. There's a checkered flag, right? Now this is 3D polygonal racing game, F1 sort of game. Something similar to virtual racing, except it's not as good as virtual racing. In my opinion, it doesn't. The controls are very delayed, and the frame rate isn't that great. Whereas virtual racing on the Sega Mega Drive ran better, and that was only 16-bit. So again, it's not really demonstrating the power of the Jaguar, and it doesn't look 64-bit. You know, this is made by Atari Corporation, 1994. It's still playable. It's still a good game, but it's I'm being very generous there because I'm an Atari fan, and I wanted a driving game to play. Now I got Club Drive before this, and I thought this was going to be awesome. It's mediocre at best, and I'm being generous there. But this one, I got this boxed complete with a manual on the cheap side. I paid €30 for this. It's just not great. I wouldn't recommend it. But for the Jaguar, it's okay. You know, it's okay. But I'm being generous. I couldn't recommend this or Club Drive, to be honest with you. I just wanted the racing game to play. There's not that many driving games for the Jaguar. But I'd still recommend it, even though it's not a great game. I know it's strange to say, you know, but like I said, like, this is the problem with the Jaguar. The games are just mediocre. There's nothing outstanding on it, in my opinion. But there are a few good games, and there are a few games that actually show off the power of the Jaguar, which I'll get to now in a minute. You know, next game. Right. This is Iron Soldier, right? Now, this came box complete and with an overlay, where I showed the controller. You know, this the overlay. Now, this is like a robot polygonal game You walk around, you shoot helicopters and tanks, and you can blow up buildings and stuff like that. Um, this came out 1994 with the Atari Corporation, and it's a good game. It's just not 64-bit, and it doesn't show off the capabilities of the Jaguar. So, like, a lot of people felt conned by Atari because these games don't look that impressive. They certainly don't look 64-bit, and everyone was comparing these games to the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive. But it runs well, it plays well. It's just the fact that it's not 64-bit and there's no texture in anything where there should have been. But it's still a good game. You just walk around with all of helicopters and tanks and stuff. This is a good game in my opinion. It's better than Checkered Flag. It's better than Club Drive because there's actually objectives, like, and it controls well, it plays well. So this is one of the better games, but this one is also on the more expensive side because it's one of the good games. We paid 110, and we had to look around for ages to get it for that price, like, So yeah, it's not worth that money, but I had to have it because I heard it was good, So yeah, Orange Soldier. This is a game that I would recommend for the Atari Jaguar, but I wouldn't pay the price that I fucking paid. I wouldn't pay 110 for her, so that's my opinion, Right, on to the next game. Double Dragon 5, right? The Shadow Falls, right? Now this is a Street Fighter 2 rip-off, except it's Double Dragon, that's it. And it's not as good as Street Fighter 2. There's only 8 characters and it's just crap. That's it in a nutshell. That's it. And this may portray as well. So this is like a third party game. And now this didn't show up on the Sega Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo because they didn't want to, because they knew it was shit, like, Because Double Dragon unfortunately is a franchise that just went down the shitter, like, It didn't continue on to be great like Street Fighter 2 or Mortal Kombat, which is unfortunate because I love Double Dragon, from back in the ZX Spectrum days, and so we always have a soft spot for Double Dragon, but this game is just shite, That's it. It's only 8 characters and it's just terrible, Now I got this complete in a box and all, but this one was €65. Yeah, I felt calm with it. So the reason why I got it is because, like I said, I have a soft spot for Double Dragon, but this is just terrible. It's like I said, it's a rip-off of Street Fighter 2, and it's just terrible. Terrible. I wouldn't get it. But there's not a whole lot to choose from on the Jaguar when it comes to beat 'em ups that are good. That's a shame, There's just Kasumi Ninja, which is even worse than this, Kasumi Ninja, that's it, like a Mortal Kombat ripoff. It's playable okay, and it runs fairly well. It has the same sort of graphics as Street Fighter 2, but it's just not as good, So I would pass on this. It's just a shame that Double Dragon has gone to shit, But they're my opinions, of these games. Like, I'm sure people out there will probably love these games, but they're my opinions, So would pass on Double Dragon, So that's the thing with the Atari Jaguar. For every one good game, which is Orange Soldier, right, you have fucking 2 or 3 that are fucking crap, That's the problem, Right, onto a game that would highly recommend getting for the Atari Jaguar, right? Tempest 2000. Now, this is an awesome game, and like, when I saw this, I was thinking, great, Centipede is going to come out, and then Missile Command and Asteroids, but that didn't happen. I don't know why, because Tempest is an old school Atari game, but this is a newer version, So, but like I said, Centipede never came out for Missile Command, all the great Atari games, there was no break. Well, I think Breakout did come out for this. I'm pretty sure Breakout did come out for this, but it's very hard to find and it's very expensive as far as I'm aware of. Now, if anyone out there knows any information that I don't know, because look, I don't know everything. I'm just going by what I know and what I think I know. But I'm pretty sure there's no Centipede or Missile Command or Asteroids or anything like that. I think Breakout did come out for this. I'm not sure. Can someone tell me? But that's the thing, right? But Tempest 2000 is awesome in my opinion. And if anyone out there is thinking about getting a Jaguar, would get this. But now this came box complete, and because this is so good, everyone knows it. So the price for this is very fucking high. I'm talking 200 to 300 euro, which is insane. Now I got lucky one day. We paid 140 because I had to have it. Because when I saw this, I was just fucking deadly. Because I remember playing this in the arcade back in the fucking 80s and all. It was an awesome game, And Tempest 2000 is awesome. Tempest 4000 is out for the PS4. I'm gonna check that out, see what it's like. And awesome. So yeah, I would recommend this, but it's on the expensive side. But if anyone out there is even thinking about getting a Jaguar, would get this and get Iron Shoulder. The other games I've shown so far, pass on it. I'm talking Checker Flag, don't get this, that's crap. Double Dragon, crap. And Club Drive, they're on the bad side, okay, in my opinion. On to the next game. Now, this is a launch game. This actually came with my Atari Jaguar. Cybermar 3. This actually came with it, right? It's the launch title. Now, this is just terrible. It just doesn't show off the capabilities of the Jaguar. And it showed everyone right off the get-go that this isn't a 64-bit system. So Cybermorph, it's kind of like Star Fox, except it's not as good. And so that's just my opinion. Now, some people might prefer Cybermorph, but the thing is, there's no texture in it and anything. You're flying around and a mountain will appear out of nowhere hitting you, right? And every single thing you hit, see that green face there? She keeps saying to you, "Where did you learn to fly? Where did you learn to fly?" Over and over again. Fucking, it's wrecking my head. It's just not as exciting or action-packed as Star Fox is on the Super Nintendo. That's just my opinion. It's just terrible. And I think they made a sequel to this. I'm not too sure, but it's just not great. It's good, but like I said, you're flying along and something will appear out of nowhere, like a tree or a fucking mountain, and you'll hit into it and shit. But again, it's just flying around shooting other spaceships. You collect things, and that's it. So nothing stellar, not exactly a great launch title, but yeah, so this is on the bad side. I wouldn't get this at all. But if you are going to get a Jaguar, chances are this will be with it. If it's boxed, because it's like a pack-in title, this launch title, and it's just terrible, in my opinion. Right, now on to a game that I would recommend, right? Alien vs Predator. This is deadly. This actually shows off the power of the Jaguar. The first person shooter is awesome, and this is a third party game. So I'd get it. You can play as the Predator, the Alien, or the Marine, and it's awesome in my opinion. But this is on the expensive side. I paid €80 for this, and I was lucky that day. So I'd get Alien vs Predator. It's a good game. It's one of the games that actually shows off the power of the Jaguar. Now, next one I'd highly recommend Doom. The Doom for the Jaguar is one of the best console parts out there. Before the PlayStation version, this was the best console version, and it's pretty good. Except there's no music in the levels, I don't know why, but that's the only problem. But apart from that, it's fucking awesome, and I'd highly recommend it. It plays well on the Jaguar, and it's a good game, and this shows off the power of the Jaguar, because this is way more superior than the Super Nintendo version or the 3DO version, or the Sega Saturn version. The PlayStation version is the only version that beats this version of Doom. So I would highly recommend getting Doom for the Jaguar. Now the Jaguar needed more games like this. Doom, Alien vs Predator, but we just didn't have it, That's the problem, Because Capcom didn't want to make games for it, and fucking Konami, all the big companies, Nintendo, EA, they just didn't want to make games for it, right? So this is the last game I have for the Jaguar, right? And Cannon Fodder, it's a top-down shooting game, something similar to Command and Conquer. It's pretty good actually, and this is a game I would recommend getting for the Jaguar, but again, it doesn't show off the power of the Jaguar. There's only 2 games out of all these that actually show off the power of the Jaguar, and that's Doom and Alien vs Predator. Right now, so 2 games show off that it's more powerful, and these 2 companies actually had to work hard, I guess, to make that happen, because there's texture and everything. There's all these other games. One shoulder, it's good now, but it has no texture and stuff, but the tap is 2,000. So 4 games, right? These 4 games here would recommend getting if you think about getting an Atari Jaguar. But the rest of these, Cannon Fodder is good, but nothing spectacular, and that's on the Mega Drive and Super Nintendo also. Czechoslovakia is just terrible. Double Dragon is terrible. Super Morph is on the bad side, and Club Joy was just unique and boring. So that's it in a nutshell for the Atari Jaguar. It's just a mediocre console, unfortunately. Now, I always wanted the Jaguar to be brilliant, but it just wasn't. You have to have great games to have to be a great console. Now these are just my opinions. I still like the Jaguar. I'd never sell it. Because it has good games, and it has games that I don't know of. Like I said, so if people out there know of any other awesome games for the Jaguar that I don't know about, please let me know. But like I said, the games are very expensive to get, and they're hard to come by. But that's it. Like, the Atari Jaguar is just a failure, unfortunately, and that's it. So, like I said, thanks for watching. If you're watching, and we'll do another console of mine in a while, So this is just the Atari Jaguar. Why it failed, and it's a shame. So thanks very much, and see you all later. Take care, bye bye.